gosh, we're coming from the Okanagan. We're right across the country, and so it is a big day. It's huge. It's going to be life changing. I've decided, as the MC of this event, to try to come in with different questions, ask different people across the country. So as we go through the night, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do that. We've got really fantastic people here tonight to interview. We've got the co-country leaders, Greg Taylor and Kim Potter. We're going to have Kim Potter. We've got Manuela. We've got Cicely. We've got Jimmy. We've got a fantastic Anne-Marie, who's going to do our French version, so any of our Francophone friends can hear us. If you've got questions, remember, we've got you muted for a reason. Okay, we love to hear your voice. We want to have you participate, but we've got you muted because we want you to put your questions in the chat. We're going to have a giant question and answer session at the end of this, so don't feel like, they don't want to hear my voice. No, your voice is important. Okay, so please put your questions in the chat. Everyone's muted, so because normally when we have these Zoom things, people just talk right over each other, get all excited, the fellowship buzzes, and then we're lost. So, so everyone's muted. So please listen. Remember, don't worry about the questions because we're gonna have a FAQ that goes out, frequently asked question sheet at the end, so you don't have to take notes. You can relax. It's a launch party, for goodness sake. Okay. So, without further ado,
alors bienvenue à vous tous à notre soirée de lancement Hope en action. Alors nous sommes en train de célébrer vraiment le fait qu'il va y avoir un méga événement de levée de fonds le 19 juin. Et nous avons avec nous alors les co-directeurs de Hope Worldwide Canada. Nous avons Greg Taylor, nous avons Kimberly Potter et évidemment nous avons plein de représentants tout partout dans le pays de Hope Worldwide Canada. Bonjour le monde francophone, nous sommes là pour faire la fête. Salut, j'en vois déjà. Et ceux qui sont pas francophones, apprenez le français. Bye, Matt, back to you.
Oh, Anne-Marie, if you could only just bring it up a notch. Your energy level is it's awesome. She's bringing the heat. Woo! Okay. I want whatever she's on. She is full of Holy Spirit joy. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Full of
Love
hope
you,
and
sister.
action.
Love your hair. When I take my hat off, my hair looks like hers. In
Wow.
my dreams. Anyway, we've got the co-country director right now, Mr. Greg Taylor, who happens to be my spiritual twin in the Lord. April 6th of 1986, myself and this man dirtied up a baptistry with all of our evil sins, and we shared the baptistry together, not at the exact same time. I think he went first, I went next, and it was awesome. So here we are together, two old friends in the Lord and brothers, and this is an amazing opportunity. So, Greg, I wanted to welcome you, as a Mountie with a salute, because you truly are. You are among the finest we've got. Okay, the Mounties always get their man. So, Greg, we wanted to ask you, for total newbies who don't know anything about Hope Worldwide, tell us a little bit about Hope Worldwide. What is it? What do we do? What's going on here?
Right. Well, Matt, thank you so much. I'm really excited tonight to be able to share about Hope Worldwide Canada. For those that may not know, we are Hope Worldwide Canada is a registered nonprofit charity in Canada. Our mission statement is bringing hope, changing lives, and we accomplish that by two main areas. We mobilize volunteers to meet needs in our communities, and then by serving in our communities, we empower those communities that we're serving. And it's really interesting that 2021 is actually the 30th anniversary worldwide. I think it's a great way to be able to celebrate and honor that anniversary by having this kickoff party tonight for the fundraiser that we're going to have. And for those that don't know, in Canada, Hope Worldwide Canada, we are 100% volunteer driven, and it's really amazing to be able to recognize that we've got chapters, local chapters, active in 11 different cities from coast to coast. We can't yet say from coast to coast to coast yet, but someday we will. And we're
All right.
privileged to be able to empower local communities and various programs that address things like food insecurity, assisting people experiencing homelessness, helping support children in foster care. And that's just to highlight just a few of the things that we do.
Hey, c'est vraiment incroyable. Là, Greg est en train de nous parler vraiment de toutes les choses que Hope Worldwide Canada, organisme de bienfaisance enregistré au Canada, est en train de faire. Est-ce que vous vous rendez compte que nous sommes vraiment étalés à travers tout le pays? Ben, pas tout le pays, mais presque tout le pays. Et puis, on est en train de desservir 11 sections différentes. On a vraiment un chapitre, évidemment, dans des parties francophones et dans les parties anglophones du Canada. Et en fait, Hope Worldwide Canada, eh bien, en fait, notre mission, c'est vraiment de donner de l'espoir, de vraiment pouvoir aider les gens partout. Et on a vraiment plusieurs programmes. Vous allez pouvoir regarder sur notre site. Et on est en train, au fait, on aide les pauvres, on aide les personnes qui sont défavorisées, au fait, parce qu'on est tous pauvres d'une façon ou d'une autre, tu sais, intérieurement, extérieurement, etc. Mais on aide aussi au niveau de l'itinérance, au niveau des besoins pour les enfants. Donc, on a vraiment toutes sortes de projets, puis on est super content d'avoir Greg Taylor avec nous. Je m'excuse, j'ai oublié de souligner quelque chose de super important, qui est le fait qu'on est en train de célébrer en 2021 le 30e anniversaire de Hope Worldwide Canada. The 30th, I forgot to mention that. Back to you.
Thank you so much. Well, by doing this event, we want to accomplish a couple of things here. Number one, we want to put the fun back into fundraising. Because, for some people, fundraising is a daunting task. It's overwhelming. Where do you start? How do I do it? And so by doing that, we're creating events that everyone can participate in, no matter your age, your fitness level, your skill level, even your geographic location. So we're designing these events this way. Number two, we're designing events so we'll be able to virtually bring our chapters all together on June 19th from coast to coast to put the spotlight on what we're doing. And then number three, together, we want to do our very, very best to raise as much as we can to help continue to serve the communities that we're so privileged and fortunate to be able to assist in. So that's what we're trying to do, Matt. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man, that's good. That's great. I love the spirit of charity and giving. And in COVID time, when everybody got, them all stressed out, man. They need a little bit of fun. And I love the fact that we're putting the fun back in fundraising, man. Yeah, man.
Oui, alors Greg et Matt sont vraiment en train de mettre l'emphase sur l'importance de vraiment s'amuser, de vraiment avoir du fun quand on est en train de faire une levée de fonds. Mais oui, souvent on associe ça à lever des fonds. Mais non, on peut vraiment mettre notre passion justement pour pouvoir aider les gens. Et puis la deuxième chose, c'est que ce qu'on veut faire, c'est qu'on veut vraiment créer un événement où on va mettre tous les chapitres des différents secteurs de Hope Worldwide Canada ensemble pour pouvoir soutenir nos programmes. Et puis, finalement, ce qu'on veut faire, c'est on veut vraiment donner notre meilleur, vraiment pour pouvoir faire cette levée de fonds, pour pouvoir soutenir nos programmes, pour pouvoir accomplir des choses extraordinaires dans chacun de nos programmes locaux. Alors, back to you, Matt.
Okay, I'm coming from the Great White North here, out in Halifax. Hey, how the heck are you? Hey, Greg, we gotta grab some lobster later. Oh, it's cold out there, my friends. Cold, I tell you. So, Greg, what I think I wanna, if I understand what you're saying is, you want 100% engagement in this whole thing. You want everybody to get involved, the young, the old, those in diapers, those who are like old in diapers. I mean, everybody, young, old, men, women, children, teens, everybody getting involved, getting engaged. Is what we're your two by?
Absolutely. We want everyone to participate, and we're creating events for everyone to do. And I think actually, Matt, we got a video coming up that's going to show some of those things.
Let's roll the video, my friend.
We're excited to be holding our first annual Hope in Action fundraiser on Saturday, June 19th. All across our nation, supporters of Hope Worldwide Canada will get active in order to raise funds and meet needs in their local communities. Our question for you is, why and how will you get active?
I'm helping needy children affected by natural disasters by dancing.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Manuel et je cours pour l'insécurité alimentaire.
We're playing video games to help the homeless.
Hi there. Yes, I'm raising money for Hope Worldwide Canada, Vancouver, for all the many programs we do, including our blood drive, helping the food bank, helping the homeless, and many other things that we're doing. Have a great day.
We are building our community by walking.
Pintando ayuda a los necesitados.
I am cycling for Hope Worldwide Ottawa Chapter Initiatives.
I'm doing lunges to help feed the homeless.
Hey, my name is Ruben and I play basketball for marginalized youths.
Oh hi, I'm Sanjay. We're going to be having a video game fundraiser. We're going to be supporting a local program, so log on, join in the fun, and I'll see you soon.
I bike to help the orphans in need.
I'm doing stairs to help kids in foster kids.
I'm helping addressing food insecurity in my community by knitting a blanket.
I'm doing 100 jumping jacks for mental health awareness.
I'm supporting kids in foster care by painting.
At Hope Worldwide Canada, we believe that action is necessary to help others. Please join your local chapter in raising funds and getting active on June 19th in order to bring hope and change the lives of those in need.
Fantastic. That was amazing. Okay, so we've got Miss Kimberly Potter, another co-country director, who's going to join me for a little chat. And that was a really great video. This is going to be a phenomenally exciting event.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious, can you tell me how someone gets involved?
Great question, Matt. Well, first of all, the first thing everybody needs to do is they need to decide that they're going to fundraise for their local chapter programs. They want to reach out to their local chapter director to find out what community needs they're focusing on addressing, and then get passionate about helping those in need where they live. Secondly, they're going to decide how they want to get active. Our theme is Hope in Action, Hope en Action. So supporters can choose to join a structured event like that their local chapter is holding in accordance with COVID-19 guidelines, like a 5-kilometer walk that Winnipeg's doing, or an online Zumbathon that Montreal's doing. Or they can design their own way to get active and support their programs, whether knitting the afternoon away with other knitters or having a video game night with the teens. Thirdly, we want us to sign up at hopewwc.org. Sign up at our website for the fundraiser starting tomorrow up until June 19th, the day of the event. All the details of the event are going to be on that website, as well as the opportunity to make a donation or to register. People, great volunteers and supporters, all they need to do is click the register button to start the process. They can register as a chapter, they can register on their own, or families will be able to register all their families together. Now, when they get onto our fundraiser site, the chapters are going to be listed in there. You're going to see the Halifax chapter, the Montreal chapter, the Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary, everybody. So you're going to see all those teams, and those who want to join can just choose to register in that local chapter team. But they're obviously, like I said earlier, they're welcome to register on their own, create their own team. Perhaps the passionate painters or the caring crafters. I don't know. Nice. But I do want to make one important note though, for the chapter directors. So all the chapter directors on the call, your teams have already been set up, but the chapter directors still need to make their own chapter their chapter team fundraiser page look good. So they're getting access to the site tomorrow, and just like everyone else, and they're going to need a little bit of time to personalize their web pages, their team page, listing all their local programs and their goals and everything else. So chapter directors on the call, you've received an email by now with links to set up your teams, and you're going to want to do that tomorrow. So just want to encourage everyone, register as soon as possible, especially if you want to enter our early bird registration draw. But just know that the team pages won't be quite ready to share with your donors quite yet.
Super! Kimberly est vraiment en train de nous expliquer là, toutes les étapes nécessaires. La première étape, qui est pas mal évidente, c'est décider que vous allez faire la levée de fonds et soyez vraiment passionné par rapport à ça. Et puis, la deuxième chose, c'est décider comment vous allez faire la levée de fonds. Dans le fond, ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est que vous pouvez vous joindre au chapitre d'une communauté, de votre communauté locale, par exemple, ou bien alors, vous pouvez vous joindre personnellement en relevant un défi que vous allez faire. Donc, en fait, c'est vraiment très varié. Ça peut être autant un marcheton qu'un zumbaton. Ça peut être autant vraiment de pouvoir tricoter que de pouvoir faire de la peinture. Donc, ça dépend vraiment de vous. Tous les directeurs de chapitre sont vraiment encouragés. Finalement, dans le fond, vous êtes déjà enregistrés, mais ils vont vraiment personnaliser la page Internet avec les programmes qu'il y a. Donc, je vous rappelle, dans le fond, vous pouvez aller à Hope, www.c.org, et vous pouvez vous enregistrer. Donc, vous pouvez vous enregistrer sous les activités du chapitre, ou bien alors vous pouvez vous enregistrer individuellement pour pouvoir relever le défi et faire la levée de fonds. Et vous pouvez, dans le fond, commencer à partir de demain. Alors, voilà. Tout ça est vraiment très excitant. Donc, j'ai hâte de voir vraiment qu'est-ce que vous allez faire. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Okay, so Kimberly, what does it cost me to register and to get set up?
Okay, registration, nominal fee of $20 for adults and $15 for youth under 18. Now that cost is going to include a Hope in Action or Hope en Action t-shirt. And we really want to encourage everyone to sign up as quickly as they can so that we can get those t-shirts so they're ready for you for the June 19th date. Good thing to know as well, any proceeds that we have from the registration fees, they're actually going to directly support Hope Worldwide Canada's mission, because the money that we collect in registration fees are going back as prizes into funding into the chapters.
Wow, super! Donc, dans le fond, Kimberly est en train de nous dire que pour s'enregistrer, eh bien, c'est $20 pour adultes. Et puis, je pense que c'est un $15 là, pour ceux qui sont en dessous de 18 ans. Et puis, avec ça, vous allez pouvoir avoir en prix un t-shirt de Hope en Action. Et aussi, eh bien, dans le fond, les extras qui vont être faits, dans le fond, au niveau de la levée de fonds, les extras qu'on va avoir, mais ça va servir vraiment pour les frais administratifs et puis aussi pour pouvoir, dans le fond, le déverser en prix à chaque programme local. Donc voilà. Je pense que j'ai rien oublié. De toute façon, on va vous revenir et n'oubliez pas que pour toute question, on vous garde en sourdine pour l'instant, mais pour toute question que vous avez, vous allez pouvoir vraiment le mettre en clavardage dans la discussion et nous allons prendre le temps de vous répondre à la fin ou sur notre site Internet. Back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. I just can't get over the fact that I feel like I'm on a plane given those safety instructions. It's just awesome. I just love having French translation. I'm sorry, it's killing me. Okay, I'm curious.
Vive le français!
C'est fantastique! Okay, anyway, Kimberly, back to you. I'm wondering what our fundraising goal is.
Our fundraising goal across the country is $20,000. Each chapter will have their own individual goal within that bigger picture. But honestly, Matt and everybody else, I'm sure we're going to blow that first year goal right out of the water this year. Yeah.
Kimberly est en train de nous dire que dans le fond, notre objectif, c'est 20 000 pour le Canada en entier, mais que chaque chapitre vont avoir leur but et leur objectif individuel. Mais évidemment, notre but, c'est vraiment de défoncer cet objectif de 20 000. Matt?
Yes, défoncer cet objectif.
Oh yeah, come
absolutely. We're defoncing it. Okay. Anyway, so we're moving right along. I'm curious if we have any. If Kimber, do you have any fundraising tips and tricks? I know that this can be challenging for folks, but it's actually quite doable. And people really want to get involved, and they want to back a winner that's really making a difference in the community. So, do you have any tips and tricks for us?
A great question. And actually, we have a goal. We have a video coming up soon that's going to give you lots of extra fundraising tips from a fundraising expert we have here in Hope Worldwide Canada.
Awesome.
But one thing I would say is to put that initial effort into when you create your fundraiser page. The majority of the work is done for you. So when you register and you get your team webpage and you share that with all your friends and family members, it's going to be really easy for you to go out and get donations. The system is slick. You're going to have social media platforms that you can use. It's very easy to use. But put that extra effort into putting down a story or why volunteering for Hope Worldwide Canada or raising funds for Hope Worldwide Canada is important to you. Put in photos, put in videos, and one last thing, don't send out a mass email to all those who you'd like to make a donation. You want to take the time to make each email and each contact with them personal.
Oui, c'est vraiment des bons conseils que Kimberly est en train de nous donner, vraiment de rendre vraiment cette levée de fonds personnalisée. On ne veut pas envoyer là, toutes sortes de emails de masse, on veut vraiment prendre le temps de pouvoir, j'allais dire reach out, mais de pouvoir vraiment partager avec nos amis et notre famille vraiment ces objectifs de levée de fonds et de pouvoir même mettre des photos, mettre vraiment des histoires de succès, de comment ce que les projets ont eu un impact, vraiment pour pouvoir attirer les gens et vraiment augmenter leur motivation à pouvoir donner et à s'investir. Alors, voilà.
That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense. If you have a deep personal connection and a passion, and you see where the money's going, and you can get behind it, and you put your story up there, then that's going to make a lot of other people really excited to be part of it as well. That's fantastic. So I'm curious, Kimberly, what else people need to know?
I think the most important thing is log on tomorrow, get started, and start looking for donations. Don't leave everything for last minute.
No.
Get started on it right away.
I'm logging on tomorrow.
Oui, vraiment, dès demain, vous allez pouvoir vous inscrire. Et puis, oubliez pas vraiment que c'est important que vous preniez le temps de vraiment faire une page, de vraiment créer une page de levée de fonds pour chaque chapitre, chaque secteur qui soit vraiment personnalisé. Vous avez vraiment plein de ressources, des plateformes vraiment au niveau des médias sociaux qui sont déjà là. Mais ce que vous pouvez faire, c'est vraiment de personnaliser et de rendre vraiment votre page attrayante. Et on va voir d'ailleurs un petit vidéo. Il est en anglais, mais après ça, je vais pouvoir faire un résumé des points essentiels au niveau des petites astuces et trucs pour pouvoir rendre la levée de fonds très efficace.
So let's go to this video of this incredible fundraiser.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks, Krista, for joining us tonight. I'm very excited to chat with you about some tips and tricks that you learned during your fundraising.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Since 2017, your chapter has raised over $35,000 through fundraising initiatives similar to our Hope in Action fundraiser that we are getting ready for. When you set out to do these fundraising through your bike-a-thons and walk-a-thons, did you always have such high goals set for your fundraising?
I think the very first year that I was in charge of this, we had set a goal of $10,000 just because that's kind of what we needed in order to get to the right level for our whole country. And it seemed like a bit of a lofty goal, but God really blessed our efforts. And I think we actually reached $9,999.96 just as we were heading off on as we started the day. So God blessed it. And through subsequent years, we just kind of kept that same sort of level. And every year, God just blessed our efforts, and people were people were motivated and worked really hard, and we just did a fantastic job as a team.
That's fantastic. You mentioned before that there were some different individuals who always seemed to have some great success in different years. What kind of tips and tricks did you and those different individuals use to reach your goals?
Sure. I think that one of the first things that's important is to find out what your why is. Why are you passionate about your charity? And what are some of the concrete things that have been done over the years? What are people's money going to be going to that are donating? Add some pictures, add some personalized stories, and that'll really help to bring excitement to the people that you're asking for money, and also to the people that are on your team. They can look at your example to sort of create their own story. I think the next thing too is to lead by example. So if you're asking people to donate money to you, you should really be the first one to donate to your own team, and be generous with yourself. That's really setting the bar for people who are going to donate to your charity. I think another really important thing is that personal connection. A lot of people tend to just rely on social media, just posting it on Facebook, but I found that it's really important to make that personal connection. If you need to make that effort to reach out directly to friends and family, people who might also share the same passion that you do for your charity. If you want them to donate to you, you need to put a little bit of effort into it. And don't be afraid to follow up too. I know that sometimes we have, our hearts are good, but our memory isn't always. So don't be afraid to follow up. And also, use your talents. Don't be afraid to bribe people with baking. If you have really cute kids, make sure that you take them door to door to your neighborhood, and even ask grandparents, because nobody can resist a cute little kid at their door. And I think those are some really important tips.
Yeah, definitely leading by example and tapping on shoulders has always worked for me as well. And yes, people love free stuff and cute kids. So those are awesome tips and great information. Thank you so much for sharing those. Is there anything else that you feel would be helpful for our teams that are fundraising for this event?
Sure. I think as a team captain, it's really important that your team is set up for success, and any barriers to them getting set up can be overcome. So I would provide really good instructions for any of the technical aspects, and also make sure that you have other people on your team that can help answer questions, just so people can focus on the fundraising and don't get caught up in any technical issues. Also, as a team captain, I think it's really great if you can be a cheerleader. So, welcoming new team members and mentioning when people reach certain milestones. We always did a few little prizes along the way. So we would set up, so the first 3 people to reach $50 might get a $5 Tim's card. And we would just sort of set gradual milestones like that. And we would usually have prizes for the top fundraiser, top youth fundraiser, and even the person who got the most number of donations. So just kind of being creative, setting up a little competitive environment. It kind of just added to the excitement and made it fun for everyone.
That's awesome. Sounds great. Everybody definitely loves the little prizes and challenges, and being a team behind the scenes as well as during the event is always fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Krista, and for sharing your tips and tricks. We look forward to implementing those.
You're very welcome.
Excellent.
Wow! Hey, extraordinaire. Disons, on va vraiment être super bien équipés avec toutes ces astuces, ces petits conseils que Krista est en train de nous dire. Et dans le fond, ce qu'elle est en train de dire, c'est qu'au tout début de l'activité de levée de fonds, à un moment donné, dans le fond, son groupe avait déjà amassé comme 9 900 $ dès le début. Donc, c'était vraiment super encourageant pour une des levées de fonds qu'ils ont fait. Et dans le fond, elle nous donne des astuces. Premièrement, c'est important vraiment de se poser la question, pourquoi est-ce qu'on fait vraiment cette levée de fonds? Qu'est-ce qui nous passionne dans le fond? Et puis vraiment de personnaliser les choses. Donc, comme on disait, d'avoir des photos, des histoires de succès, de comment est-ce que ça peut avoir un impact. Et évidemment, je veux dire, c'est vraiment important de pouvoir diriger par l'exemple. Alors, vous-même, vraiment investissez-vous au niveau de la levée de fonds et puis fixez-vous des objectifs élevés et vraiment impliquez-vous de tout cœur. Et ensuite de ça, donc, elle continue avec les petits conseils, justement, où elle donne aussi d'autres exemples, vraiment d'avoir une connexion personnelle. Donc, oui, on peut utiliser les médias sociaux, mais il n'y a rien de plus efficace que vraiment de personnaliser ça et évidemment de faire un suivi. Et utilisez vos talents. Elle est même en train de donner l'exemple que si vous avez des enfants qui sont mignons, ben, vous pouvez même les amener pour pouvoir encourager la levée de fonds. Et aussi, ben, il faut être vraiment stratégique. Alors, par exemple, le capitaine d'équipe, eh bien, c'est vraiment important que vous donniez des instructions qui sont efficaces. Et puis, pourquoi pas aussi avoir une personne qui est disponible pour pouvoir répondre aux questions. Alors, c'est vraiment important aussi de pouvoir accueillir d'une façon chaleureuse, d'une façon excitée et vraiment encourageante tous les efforts de votre équipe. Et puis, pourquoi pas fixer des petits buts à mi-chemin et puis en même temps de pouvoir mettre des prix vraiment d'encouragement pour votre équipe lorsqu'ils ont atteint ces petits buts à mi-chemin. Et puis pourquoi pas avoir un petit peu de compétition et puis beaucoup d'excitation. Alors c'est vraiment super. Matt, what else do you have to say?
Oh, Marie, I wish I could bottle you up. You're just awesome. Your spirit is so joyful, so faithful. You're just like a giant smile. You're awesome.
Well,
so
this
I want
is
to
an
encourage
awesome
everybody.
event. This is an awesome event. C'est vraiment
She's got the
super.
joy of the Lord, people. She's got the joy of the Lord. Okay, so this is exciting. We want to go to the chat box now and look at our questions and answers. And these will get everybody a chance to pipe in a little bit.
Actually, Matt, I think the last few members of our fundraising team had a couple things to say, if that's okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Jimmy and Manuela wanted their voices heard with advice.
Of course.
So.
Jimmy, you go first.
Okay, everyone, welcome to this launch party. I want to just suggest that if you want to do something, you want to make sure you sign up for something you enjoy, something you would like to do, something you're good at, so you can do well at it. And also, just want a quick reminder, early bird start not today, tomorrow. Between tomorrow till the 22nd of April. And if you are registering right now, you will have a chance to enter for a prize, and you can win a basket full of goodies, gift cards, and swag. And most of all, just remember, once you're registered, you'll get email and links and stuff that we will send to you, and you can follow up throughout the event what's happening. And also, if you have questions, we'll have a frequently asked question sent out to you tomorrow and in the coming week. And the system is new, and so forgive us. We're working on it. We'll get it to you as fast as we can. And remember, if you don't know which chapter to pick, Calgary can be your choice.
Merci, Jimmy. Jimmy vient de dire que le chapitre de Calgary était le chapitre à choisir si vous ne saviez pas. Mais moi, comme je suis de Montréal, moi, je vous demande de choisir Montréal. OK, ce n'est pas une compétition, mais juste pour réitérer ce que disait Jimmy, c'est que la préinscription commence demain, à partir de demain, pas ce soir, pas après-demain, mais demain, ça sera disponible pour vous et ce jusqu'au 22 avril. Et si vous êtes compétitif comme moi, regardez mon bandana qui montre vraiment que je suis compétitive. Si vous êtes compétitif, inscrivez-vous le plus tôt possible de façon à avoir la chance de participer pour faire partie d'un tirage pour un beau panier surprise. Si vous avez des questions, je sais qu'on vous a pitché beaucoup d'informations ce soir. Si vous avez des questions, ne vous inquiétez pas, il y aura une section questions et réponses pour vous aider à naviguer dans tout ça et puis faciliter les initiatives de levée de fonds. Merci.
Awesome. This is so exciting. You know, we had a fantastic fundraiser in Vancouver. We set a little goal to try to raise $8,000 for Ratanak through Hope Worldwide and our cyclothon, and it was amazing what God did, and it was really encouraging and inspiring. And so, I think we raised $14,000 with, just a few volunteers and a lot of hard work. So really excited about what God's going to do. And this $20,000 goal is going to be completely blown away. I have every confidence. And so I believe now is our time for our question and answers. So I encourage you to put your questions in the chat box, and we will give them to all the awesome panel members here. So let's see what we've got. Okay, question from Phil. Will all the info be on the website by the weekend?
Yes, it will. It absolutely will. It might even be there by the end of tonight. So just need a cup of coffee and they'll all be ready to go.
Awesome. So it's all going to get
Great
loaded
question.
up. And we've got some technical difficulties, but we will be able to start registration tomorrow, right?
Absolutely, yep.
Awesome.
Wow, c'est vraiment, vraiment encourageant. Ça, il va y avoir vraiment plein d'informations, peut-être dès ce soir, mais en tout cas d'ici demain sur le site Internet.
Okay. Now, Patrick asks, how many times can a person register as a participant?
Great question. Do you guys mind if I answer this one? Fundraising committee? Okay, thanks. So you can actually only register once. What you want to do is you just want to register. And now registering once will get you either on the team page that you can promote to all your friends and family, or your own team, or your own individual page. But you just want to have one page. Now, that said, you can do as many events as you want to do. You could go do a Zumbathon in the morning with Montreal. You could do a 5K walk with Winnipeg, and then you can bike over in Vancouver. But you just want to register once. And on that note, the way the registration will work for families with kids is when you register, one person from the family, or both adults could register, but one adult will register and will write down all their kids' names and all their kids' t-shirt sizes. And then we'll make sure that we get that all out to you.
Wow, alors écoute, c'est vraiment une bonne question. Dans le fond, est-ce qu'on peut s'enregistrer plusieurs fois? Non, on s'enregistre juste une fois, mais une fois vraiment qui va faire compter les choses et qui va avoir un impact. Alors, vous pouvez, dans le fond, vous enregistrer avec l'équipe du chapitre. Vous pouvez créer votre propre événement de groupe, ou bien là, vous pouvez vous enregistrer individuellement. Et pour les familles, dans le fond, vous pouvez, dans le fond, enregistrer un adulte ou deux adultes, et puis simplement écrire le nom des enfants avec les tailles de t-shirts pour qu'on puisse pouvoir les envoyer. Alors, écoutez, par contre, vous pouvez faire autant d'activités que vous voulez. Vous pouvez aller faire un marcheton à Winnipeg et puis ensuite de Zumbathon avec Manuela à Montréal et puis ensuite aller faire une course à vélo à Vancouver. Il n'y a rien qui vous empêche. Vous pouvez vraiment vous amuser et vous défoncer à fond.
So just to clarify, thank you so much, Emery. So just to clarify, one of the questions is, do I need to register for each event I create? And so if you were to register the one time, but then you can be in multiple events.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And another question is, how are we handling COVID compliance on different events? Will that be up to the individual person doing their events or the team captains?
Yeah. So Kim, you want to I'll take a stab at this. I mean,
sounds good.
What we have really is, I mean, we're in unprecedented times, and I think we've heard that word too many times. Each province has its own health protocols. And so the chapter directors are going to be following your local protocols in place in jurisdiction. Like, for example, Toronto right now has gone back into a 4-week lockdown. That's why this is going to be a virtual event. You can do things virtually, video gaming, whatever. Here in Nova Scotia, we're extremely fortunate. We can meet outside, we can gather, we have gathering limits that are a little different. So follow the guidelines of your provincial jurisdiction. Right. All the chapter directors are going to be ultimately responsible, ensuring that all the events are following COVID protocols in place for your events. And so that's just going to be something to, make sure as we manage the risk, manage the safety and things like that. But we'll be communicating that as well prior to the event to make sure that we're doing that. So.
Oui, ben alors c'est... Ouais. C'est ça, je veux dire, c'est vraiment très important. On est dans un contexte de pandémie et puis, comme vous savez, vraiment, les restrictions gouvernementales là, au niveau de la santé est différente dans chaque province, comme par exemple à Montréal puis à d'autres endroits du Québec. Eh bien, on a le couvre-feu qui s'est remis à 20 heures. Donc, il y a vraiment plusieurs, dans le fond, restrictions. Et puis, c'est important de prendre ça en considération. Donc, ça va être vraiment la préoccupation de chaque directeur de chapitre là où vous êtes.
Right.
I would like to add, thank you, Anne-Marie. I would like to add that as a chapter director, it can be challenging. As you look to the future, you're like, what am I going to be like in June? What you want to do is you want to plan for how things are right now, and you want to think of not large groups. I think if you have that as a safety net, you're good to go. I'll give you a couple examples of some chapters of what they're doing. In Montreal, they're doing an online Zumbathon. So they're going to do everything electronically. Now, if things open up closer to the date, they might still have that online Zoomathon, but maybe people can then meet in a park, okay? In Winnipeg, what they're doing is they're doing a 5-kilometer walk, but they're not doing it all together. What they're doing is they're giving 3 different areas throughout the city with maps and saying, here are your potential walks. And then it's up to the people who are participating to go and do that walk on June 19th, whatever time that they are at. They decide to do it with their masks in place and socially distanced. So it takes some thinking, it takes some flexibility, but you can come up with some creative ways. And my only encouragement as a chapter director, don't be thinking in June things will be open. Do not be thinking that. Think of where are you at right now and then build from there.
Right.
Oui, mais enfin, c'est vraiment plein de sagesse. Dans le fond, qu'est-ce que Kimberly est en train de dire, c'est de pas prévoir que bon, les choses vont être différentes le 19 juin, mais plutôt d'y aller avec comment les choses sont en ce moment. Et après ça, vous allez pouvoir voir. Et puis, de plus possible, vraiment, d'éviter vraiment les grands groupes de personnes. Alors, par exemple, à Montréal, on va faire un Zumbathon, comme parmi plusieurs des activités qu'on va faire. Eh bien, le Zumbathon va être au fait en ligne, mais si les mesures changent, il y aura toujours peut-être une façon de faire une partie du Zumbathon à l'extérieur, par exemple. À Winnipeg, eh bien, il va y avoir la marche de 5 km, mais ça ne va pas être tout le monde ensemble qui va le faire à un même lieu géographique. Ça va être vraiment selon la carte, vraiment une répartition dans le fond de la marche à différents endroits. Donc voilà. Allons-y avec créativité, avec précaution, et puis n'oubliez pas d'avoir du fun.
Awesome. Thanks, Anne-Marie. It looks like we're almost out of questions. I know I had a question. One of the things that was brought up last night was for the chapter directors in terms of prizes that they might want to think about in terms of categories. And we don't want to prescribe to them what they're going to necessarily do, but can you give us some examples of some categories that they might want to consider? Like top fundraiser or most members on
so
a team?
we're still, I mean, some chapters have already decided that they're going to have some prizes for their own chapter to motivate their volunteers. We saw the excellent video by Krista. Tim's gift cards, that's the universal prize that everyone accepts. You can use it across Canada. The other thing that we're thinking about is prizes for the top fundraising team. We're talking, the team that actually gets the most fundraisers on their team to engage as many people as possible, and a couple of other categories that we're finalizing right now. So
nice.
I would just like to add, one thing that Krista always did well in Winnipeg is if we found registrations were going slow, she'd say, okay, the next 5 people who can register by the end of this week will get a prize. You know what I mean? It's a little competition there. And it was amazing how you'd see those registrations go boom as a result of her email.
Oui, c'est ça, je veux dire vraiment, on parle de prix, mais les prix, bon, sont pas quelque chose de général ou d'imposé ou quoi que ce soit. C'est vraiment propre à chaque chapitre de décider quels sont les prix qui veulent distribuer. Et puis bon, certaines idées qu'on est en train de donner, c'est comme par exemple des cartes pour Tim Hortons. Bon, c'est un petit peu, c'est partout au Canada. Et puis vous pouvez aussi décider justement que de faire des catégories qui peuvent mériter un prix. Donc, par exemple, une catégorie des personnes qui ont le plus de personnes dans l'équipe qui sont en train de faire une levée de fonds. Donc, vous pouvez décider et puis aussi, au fur et à mesure que des objectifs sont atteints, ça peut même être, si vous n'avez pas suffisamment d'inscriptions, vous pouvez dire, bon, tous ceux qui s'inscrivent d'ici la fin de la semaine vont avoir un prix. Donc c'est ça. Soyons créatifs et puis voyons vraiment comment est-ce qu'on peut encourager tout le monde dans notre équipe.
Yes.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
Thank you.
So just looking for more questions. It says, are the directors floating the costs of prizes or are they being sent to us?
So prizes, we will have national prizes for top fundraising team, top fundraiser, and I forget the third.
Most fundraisers on a team.
Thank you, most fundraisers on a team. After that, it's up to the chapters to look at their own funding to see how much they would like to contribute. David Jung also put in the chat box a great suggestion of being in constant contact with your evangelist, asking your evangelist to promote the event at your church services. And perhaps even your churches might be able, if you're a chapter that's struggling, perhaps your churches might be able to contribute a little something because it creates an atmosphere of fellowship and unity and working together.
Oui, donc dans le fond, il y a des prix qui sont nationaux, donc vraiment qui sont vraiment au niveau canadien. Je pense que c'est 3 catégories, donc vraiment ceux qui ont le plus de personnes qui sont en train de faire la levée de fonds, ceux qui ont amassé le plus au niveau de la levée de fonds et what are the three, the most?
The top fundraising team. The top
OK, donc vraiment
fundraising individual, and then the team with the most fundraisers.
OK, donc c'est ça. L'équipe qui a le plus de personnes qui sont en train de faire la levée de fonds, l'équipe qui est vraiment celle qui est gagnante au niveau de la levée de fonds, et puis dans le fond, je pense la quantité au niveau de la levée de fonds. OK, d'accord. Et puis, c'est vraiment important de pouvoir connecter et vraiment même hameçonner votre évangéliste pour pouvoir vraiment l'encourager, à encourager l'Église à s'impliquer dans cette levée de fonds. Et puis, qui sait, dépendant de la situation, peut-être que même l'Église va peut-être soutenir cette levée de fonds avec des prix ou quoi que ce soit. Mais c'est vraiment important d'avoir tout le monde qui puisse être impliqué pour que ce soit vraiment contagieux, mais d'une façon super positive.
I'm so glad you didn't ask me to repeat that in French, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we've got another question. Somebody in the United States wants to contribute or get involved. I don't think they're going to get a charity receipt, but they can get involved, correct?
Absolutely. We'll take anyone, but this is not a U.S. event. This is strictly a Canadian event. Correct.
Right. But could an American register to support Hope Worldwide Canada?
They can join us, but our waiver form will not apply to them because they are in the US and our participation waiver was built with Canadian law in mind.
Right. Okay.
You can donate.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If you have friends in the States, like the annual fundraising we do in Halifax, I have a lot of friends in the States, and an American dollar goes farther than the Canadian dollar. So I often reach out and say, hey, help us. This is what we're doing. And the donations just kind of flow, and it's very encouraging and exciting. So,
Fantastic.
Oui, mais c'est ça, c'est un événement qui est canadien. Donc, bon, on va pas faire des reçus pour les personnes qui sont à l'extérieur du Canada, mais vraiment, là, rappelons-nous que la valeur du dollar américain, là, c'est peut-être même plus intéressant. Alors, écoutez, les gens des États-Unis, d'ailleurs, peuvent faire des dons, peuvent participer, il n'y a aucun problème. C'est tout simplement que, bon, au niveau légal, etc., bon, ça n'a pas été organisé. Ça a vraiment été organisé pour le Canada. Donc, voilà.
Awesome. Pedro has a question. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Pedro has a question. It is, can a chapter fundraising event be open to all chapters, like an art auction, for example?
Absolutely. What we're going to do is as the chapters start figuring out their details for their events, we're going to actually be posting it all online. So like I mentioned earlier, someone in Vancouver could be doing the Zumbathon in Montreal, an art auction. Absolutely. The only thing is we want to encourage, we don't want to encourage sales. We want to encourage activities that people can do, whether it be video game, it could be painting, but not selling the paintings, because that's not the heart of the fundraiser. But that's a great question.
Right, so it's open action. And what question I had to, as a bookend to that was multiple days. I know that June 19th is the big day, but if a person wanted to be like Colonel Tom, for example, the 100-year-old who walked around his little house every day for a while, okay, I think that's a great idea. And I was thinking I'm going to try to hit 10,000 golf balls, and if I hit a certain number every day over 30 days, by June 19th I could hit a certain number, right? So it's okay to have multiple day participation, correct?
Absolutely. You just want to end it on June 19th. And I just want to, excuse me, sorry. I just want to encourage the chapters, though, the directors, not to organize their event like that, but any individual who creates their own team, more than welcome to do that. Absolutely. And you just want it to all culminate on the 19th.
Right.
Oui, donc c'est vraiment donc important de savoir que n'importe qui peut, quel que soit vraiment votre secteur géographique, vous pouvez participer à des événements des autres chapitres. Hein. Si vous voulez aller participer au Zumbathon, par exemple, qui est à Montréal, et que vous êtes à Calgary ou à Vancouver, vous pouvez participer. Il n'y a pas de problème. Et puis bon, il y a une question aussi qui a été posée au niveau de la date. Alors, dans le fond, les personnes, les directeurs de chapitre sont encouragés à faire l'activité la journée même du 19 juin, mais par contre, individuellement, vous pouvez faire plusieurs activités pendant plusieurs journées avant. Donc, il y a vraiment pas de problème avec ça. Je veux dire, si vous avez, je sais pas moi, des milliers de balles de golf à pouvoir entrer dans un trou, même peut-être que vous n'allez pas pouvoir le faire tout en une journée. Donc c'est ça. N'hésitez pas avec ça. Je pense que j'ai rien oublié dans le fond dans ce qui a été mentionné. OK.
Awesome. Okay, let's look if we have any more questions for anybody. I'm looking for questions.
Nous cherchons des questions. Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres questions?
I think more questions are going to come about as they start the registration process. Would you guys agree?
Au fur et à mesure que vous allez faire l'inscription, il y a peut-être d'autres questions qui vont venir, mais de toute façon, on va pouvoir répondre à vos questions à travers le site. Hein. Donc, on va prendre en considération vos questions et puis on va vraiment prendre c'est ça, le temps d'y répondre.
Okay, we just want to remind people, if you can't gather in groups, to be sure to post your pictures, your different participants, in the social media, and also, on the Hope site as much as you can. And I just want to thank everybody for coming tonight. You guys are incredible people. God bless you all for being here. I am so blown away by the joy, the faith, the hope, and the love, and the power that's going to be released as God does amazing things through Hope Worldwide this year. It is truly, truly inspiring to see. There's a tremendous need out there. Many people going through all kinds of struggles and suffering, but God is rising up his people and bring down your warriors, O Lord. He's making it happen, baby. So exciting.
Oh yeah, donc c'est ça. Juste, Matt était en train de nous rappeler là que n'hésitez pas à mettre vos photos individuelles, même si vous pouvez pas prendre la photo de tout le groupe, de mettre les photos individuelles de chaque personne dans chaque chapitre sur le site internet. Et puis on vous remercie vraiment chaleureusement. On est vraiment très excités. Merci beaucoup d'être venus. Et ça va vraiment être extraordinaire. Dieu va vraiment bénir cet événement de façon extraordinaire. Et puis c'est ça, on a vraiment hâte de voir qu'est-ce qui va se passer, puis comment est-ce que Dieu va vraiment multiplier plus qu'au centuple nos efforts. Alors voilà. Ça a été une superbe soirée et on a eu une superbe équipe et puis surtout des superbes participants.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
Merci.